Hey everybody, JP here. I already opened this the other day just to check the contents, and but I wanted to show you guys. I ordered a couple of empty Hilts from AliExpress from the LGT store. Took a couple of weeks to ship, and then after that, of course, like normal with DHL, it took I think like 3 or 4 days from shipping to actually get here. So I wanted to get a couple of empty Hilts because I did that conversion of that Luke and turned out well. And there's more parts coming up that you can see on their stores for like do-it-yourself stuff. There's another website. I'll put everything in the description. Another guy that started a website called Grievous Layer Lightsabers, I believe. He's got some parts. Viresabers has some parts. Dark Wolf Sabers has some parts. There's multiple sites. Rebel Sabers, Crimson Dawn. There's a lot of them out there. Those last four are the ones you see dealt with mostly in the United States. I've dealt with Dark Wolf Sabers and Viresabers. Very good places to deal with. LGT store I've dealt with a couple of times, and LGT Saber store on AliExpress I've dealt with a couple of times. Sometimes you just got to know offhand when you're dealing with AliExpress, the time difference, and I don't know how they handle their orders over there. So sometimes it takes time for them to ship. They don't always get back to you right away. So I do know that they are reputable, LGT store, LGT Saber store. So that is up to you entirely who you purchase from. Those are just, this is my opinion and my dealing. So, okay, so he sent me some screws package, which I asked for, which I don't need the instruction cards or the charging cables because these are empty. I will put the links up to these sabers on the description. Let's see here. So they came wrapped in foam. This is the first one. They don't really have names for their sabers. I suggested maybe they should come up with some names. I called this one Vision. I was just trying to come up with some names for them to use on their site. I'm sure when you see on like Rebel and Dark Wolf and all those, they usually have names for their sabers. I just called it Vision because I like the emitter, and it, you know, looked like it was going to have a lot of light, allow a lot of light to come out. So this is kind of a common hilt. I'm just a basic hilt. It was a little messed up here because there was a set screw in it on an angle when I got it. So I'm not, you know, I wouldn't raise a fuss about that. Things happen. But the cool part that I didn't realize till like the second day after I got these was that this pommel end, the pommel cap, is threaded out here too. I didn't even notice it. So this is actually a coupler. So you could actually screw another saber on the other end and have a double saber or a dual saber like Darth Maul. So that's pretty cool. So this one is empty. Both of these are empty. It does come off. Pommel cap comes off. And it does, this one comes off at this point, right below the buttons. There I go dropping stuff. So this one doesn't have, the emitter does not come off on this one. Because a lot of them, they'll come apart here as well. This one does not. It has 2 holes up here for blade retention screws. It has the hole back there. That's for the, there's a little tap screw that goes in, just that barely goes into the plastic chassis. So it kind of helps hold the chassis, but this really holds that whole chassis. These 2 screws, button comes through here. Charge port comes, recharge port comes through here. So I am going to do my own installs on these. Probably using, you can get their empty chassis, and I'm just going to get a proffie board myself and wire everything up like I did on the Luke. This will be a little different. So there's that saber. And this next one looks pretty cool. I ordered this in a red and gold. They have multiple colors. And these sabers, by the way, guys, on the AliExpress site, I think both of these come with the 6 sound font is their base. So it's just 6 sound fonts, clash, lockup, color change. And then the next tier up, you pay a little bit, just a tiny bit more, and you get the 9 sound font. And that one also, I think, has music. So that's the difference between the 6 and the 9. I think it has music and it has 9 sound fonts. And then to pay another tier up from that, and you get another 9 sound font one. But that one has the Echo economy version smooth swing, which is not like the proffie, but it's pretty good. I think you can see it in some of my other videos. But so that you pay a little bit more than that, and you get that 9 sound with the smooth swing. Then you can pay the highest tier, and you get the proffie installed with the proffie board. And the way I got these weren't listed on the site. I just messaged the salesman or the seller and asked if I could get them, and he worked out a side deal through PayPal. I don't recommend doing that. I did it. I took a chance. I haven't had issues with them thinking that they're going to try and rip me off, so I didn't have a problem doing it. But you're not covered through Ally or the return or cancellation process. But you can ask them if you don't want to do it that way. See if they can go adjust the link. A lot of times they'll go onto the product and they'll actually adjust it so they can offer an empty. So this saber here, I called that one other one Vision. I called this one Iron Will. It was just off the top of my head. I actually probably could have looked kind of like Iron Man, a little slight different gold color, but anyway. So this one, this isn't attached yet. I don't have anything attached. It's kind of like a handle guard that you can slide on, and there is screw. It shares the screw below the button, so you can actually put it this way, or you can flip it around. There's another hole you can put it this way, and it has a shroud on this one. So it has this shroud here that it comes with, and you can see there's 2 holes. One's blade retention and one I'm pretty sure is for the shrouds. I would assume it's the lower hole is for the shroud. So it looks like that. Probably come up with different ways of doing it, I'm sure. But so this one comes apart as the pommel cap comes off. And this one also comes off. Instead of coming apart below the buttons on this one, actually it does. I thought it was a different one, sorry. I forgot this one did. So this one does come apart below the buttons like the other one, except this one, the actual emitter comes apart too at the top, which I like that better. When the more parts, the better. Excuse me. And you can interchange them. It's called VHC, I believe, which is variable hilt components. And Viresabers is well known for this. That website with Tyler Babcock on it. Him and his wife run that site. That's their like specialty, is dealing with the piece parts. You can go on his site, and he has a saber maker. You can kind of design your own saber, and he'll put it together for you and ship it off to you. And so it's just kind of an example of what these VHC parts can do. So just showing you that. That's pretty cool though. And they do even on AliExpress, they have quite a few of these parts on LGT store's site. I haven't really messed with doing the VHC parts stuff a lot. So, and I'll just show you this while I have this pommel cap off. And I'll take this. Actually, leave this one on. Sorry. So this one, I didn't realize, like I said, that it was a coupler. So I can actually put these two together. I know it doesn't really look right, the colors, but you can see right there, it's a staff now. So that's pretty cool. And it does, for the most part, line up. It's a hair off, just a hair. with the other buttons. But I don't know if you all ever got LGT sabers before. Sometimes they put these little metal rings in there in your packet, and those are timing shims. And you can, you know, if you take this off and you slide one of those shims over top the threads and then put this on, it'll actually stop the turning like a little hair short. Every time you put one of those in it, it'll stop that turning, and it helps to align the buttons and things better. But this is cool. I've always wanted a staff. Now I got one. If I want it to be, it's kind of an odd color combination, but I just thought that was neat. I didn't know this one had I thought it was just a normal pommel cap. Didn't know it was a coupler. So, and it still allows for the sound right here in the center. I would do myself still keep them two separate proffie boards. That way I could just have two different effects on either side. That's my personal preference. I've heard of guys doing one board. It's a little tricky though, even with taking it apart, unless you all leave it together. Yeah, that would be a little tricky in my mind. But some guys do that. So just give you a little better, closer look at this other one. So I didn't give you an all-around look at that one yet. Put that one over here. So these are nice Hilts. I'm trying to remember. I think I paid around. Oops, there goes my phone cap. I think I paid around like 90 bucks for both of these. Empty. So that is this one. It's got a nice smooth look to it. It's kind of basic too, other than I like the color combo, and I like the look of the shroud. You put that on there, and then you put the grip on. Makes it look pretty cool. That's a pretty cool looking saber. So that'd be up like that. I like it with the grooves on the other side. Since the buttons would be up here, I'd like my fingers be on those grooves. Excuse me. So, yeah, I just want to show you guys. That was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to installing these, and that's my next thing. I'm going to be hunting for parts. I already asked around on Facebook to see if anybody has any of those cores. It's just using like this core here. And actually I can do that while I'm on this video. Let me just see if I'll just do it to see if it works. So I'm hoping I haven't done that yet to see if these cores will even fit. They're supposed to fit all of them, so you never know. There could be little ones where they're a little tight. So let's just see if this fits. Because I'm just curious. I guess it's better to find out now than after I've ordered the chassis and all my stuff and go, uh-oh. They should. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on this I drilled it. I'm going to have to cut that bolt, but I ordered a bag of M4 screws, thumb screws, and I like how quick it is to disconnect and connect the blade. I just bought like a tap bit. You can buy these tap bits from Amazon, different places. So I took a drill bit and just went through, and then a little bit smaller than a tap bit, put the M4 tap bit in my drill, and just went very easily and created threads for this screw. And like I said, I'm going to take my Dremel and cut some of it off because it is a little long. But I like that better. It's just so easier and quick to get to and without having to mess with these. So I'm going to do that on probably some of my other sabers. Okay, so let me get this core out of here. It's a little tight. It hasn't popped out yet. There it goes. Okay. So let's just see while I'm doing this. Hopefully nothing to it. They can be a little tight. So that one you can see I'm gonna have to push it from the bottom end. You can see it's starting to line up. There. So you can see it lines up. I'm not going to put the screws in. I just wanted to see if it fits. So this one does. Might be a little tricky. Let me see how much of it protrudes. Okay, so you can see it's going to be about that much of the blade going down. That's about 2.5, 2 3/4 inches. So, and I can just pull it out the other end. Let me just double check this saber while I'm doing all this. I actually did that the hard way. I could have done it like this, guys. I wasn't even thinking. I can take this part off and insert it like this. And you can see how that's going to line up. I just like to see how tight it is on this bottom piece. Oop, got that backwards. But it fits good. Okay. Well, that's good. It actually fits better than in the Revan. It's a little tight in the Revan, so that works perfect. I like that. So it does fit. But like I said, I'm going to get some empty chassis and do it with a proffie board on both of these. So it's just nice to have these little cores. Swap in and out, that kind of thing. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Check them out. I'm going to leave links, like I said. It's pretty cool with these parts. You can customize. I like that. I might do a little bit more with that. I was thinking about this gray one here, being it's kind of bland. Maybe putting leather wrap on it, and I might even do a paint job on it or weather a little bit or something. So it is kind of plain, but it's still nice. I like it. I like the amount of emitter windows on it. That's pretty cool. So, all right, guys. Well, hope you all liked the video, and you know, if you haven't bought one yet, get a Saber. You're gonna enjoy it. The hobby's great. It's addicting, collecting these sabers and displaying them, and you know, messing around with them. It is addicting. So, you know, I hope more of you guys get into sabers. If you're not, it's pretty cool. Go to Facebook. There's some groups on there. There's a Universal Lightsaber group. I'm in that group the most. A lot of people are in that one the most. There's Vader's Vault group. There's proffie support group. If you guys have a saber with proffie and you're just getting started and you need help, a lot of helpful guys in there. A lot of them all over those sites or those groups. There's a lot of helpful people. Just don't hesitate to ask. I do tell you, they don't like it like if you go to the proffie support group and just start asking about, oh, what's the best saber to get, or you know, don't they like the proffie support group is for the proffie board. There's another one called Open Source Teensy and Proffie Board. That's all about open source questions and just talking about open source boards. So if you just have general questions, go to like Universal Lightsaber Group or Lightsaber Market if it's a buying question or something like that. If you're looking for something to buy from someone. So, all right, guys. Well, enjoy your sabers out there, and you all have a good one and have a good weekend.